meeting with the judge and District Attorney Hilton, you and your lawyer, right?
What you mean?
All right, y'all, we about to pay attention to day
The
118.
words,
Let's see
like
what
a
they
court
got going
reporter coming
on.
out on a white piece of
Make sure we
paper
got our
with the words
volume. I
on it.
had some technical
Oh, I didn't.
difficulties.
I didn't. I seen it, but I didn't read it. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. My question to you is this. During the time that you were
So while
speaking
we watching
before
this, I'll be doing
District
schoolwork on
Attorney
the
Hilton,
side all at the same time.
no court reporter, did District Attorney Hilton tell you that if you testified that you were involved with the Donovan Thomas murder, you would be locked up or arrested?
You can't ask me that again.
Yes, sir. When you, your lawyer, Ms. Bumpkus, and District Attorney Hilton were speaking, the three of you, just the three of you,
Mm-hmm.
did District Attorney Hilton tell you that you would be arrested, locked up, whatever the words are, if you testified to this jury that you had anything to do with Donovan Thomas's murder?
Yes.
Okay. Did District Attorney Hilton tell you, with you, Ms. Bumpkus, and District Attorney Hilton, no one else, that if you invoked your Fifth Amendment right, meaning I'm not testifying, you would be locked up or jailed?
Yes.
Other than those two things, did District Attorney Hilton tell you you could testify to anything you want or something to that effect, and you would not be locked up? Just tell the jury. Just think about it. Just
I don't know what you just said.
That's my. I'm sorry. That was a bad question. That's me. Thank you for telling me that I was inartful. Is my word. Okay. Other than
Let's see, y'all.
those two issues you just told, I'm going to get locked up if I invoke the Fifth Amendment. I'm going to get locked up if I testify that I'm involved in Donovan Thomas's murder. Other than those two. So if you don't say those two things, then your use immunity kicks in and you would not be locked up for anything else you testified to. Is that how you understood it?
Yes.
I'll be doing my homework on
Now,
this for me to do my homework.
did you ever ask
Cool.
District Attorney Hilton,
Make sure we can.
why can't I testify if I'm sworn to tell the truth about being involved in Donovan Thomas's murder? Did you ask her why did she exclude that?
What you mean?
Did you ever ask any question to District Attorney Hilton? Let me ask you a different one. Did you tell?
It wasn't no question. We was talking,
Okay,
and we were going back and forth.
that's what she said. That's fine.
Sustained.
All right, let me ask you some questions.
Just give me a bottle of water.
I'm going back to
on the floor. How you
your
got that?
interviews or interrogations or meetings, whatever the right word is, between you and law enforcement, whether federal, gang, homicide. Okay, I'm going back to those that we saw the recordings for January 11th, 2015 with Detective Thorpe. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta make sure when I
We say,
leave,
it's just for the
Yes.
court.
I don't
Thank you.
forget that.
The
We
jury
just
saw
gonna teach you. Good morning,
meeting
whoever's
or
in the
interrogation,
chat.
whatever,
Good morning. We trying to pay attention
the
to this.
conversation on January
The baby
28th,
is sleeping.
2015.
Good
Do you remember
morning,
that?
guys.
Yes.
The jurors saw the meeting or conversation on February 20th, 2015. Do you remember that?
I remember all the interrogation that they showed me.
Okay. And then the last one would be February 21, the next day, 2015. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I misspoke when I said the last one. The last one's really June 10th, 2015. You remember that one?
Yes.
Okay. I'm referring to those, and I'll make it clear which one I'm talking about. But I would
We
like to
got
talk
some
to you
more
about what
clothes I
you
have to
said
throw.
in those different statements. And then if it was a lie, and then whether the police, the district attorney's office, the federal authorities ever came to you to say that we can or cannot, the words corroborate, but that means we verified what you said, okay? Or didn't verify. That's what I'm going to ask you. A whole series, okay?
All right.
If I'm losing you,
I'm
Mr.
fully
Copeland,
charged.
admit.
Let's,
All right,
Let's go.
let's start with, this is going to be, Your Honor, Jeffrey Williams, or JW 240A. It's in Elisa, and it's State's Exhibit number 378YE, already in evidence. It's June 10th, 2015. Interrogation, and Your Honor, the times are
Okay.
10:36:34
This is the
a.m.
wrong charger.
to 10:36:42 a.m. And Mr. Copeland, do you have your, you might need those. What I'm going to ask you
One of them got my charger,
is, these are a series of conversations.
and I'm about to
This
be
was
so upset
police,
because this is not my charger.
detectives,
mm-hmm.
and I'm going to go over what you said, and then I want to talk to you about that, okay?
This is
First
not
one
my
that I just
charger.
announced is,
This
the
is a
detective asked
American
you
charger.
what
Let
started
me,
all
Marion
this
has
about a
my
windshield,
charger.
and you answered, no, nothing thug, it's something personal against each other. I want you to hear that, make sure that's what it said, okay?
What started it though? Was it really about a windshield? Nothing. Still had some person against each other.
Okay, what I said, was that accurate, fairly accurate?
This what I heard.
Okay. And what you're saying there, you're being interviewed.
I'm so
you can
tired.
Tell that's Detective Dennis, and you heard Detective Gates.
Hi guys, good morning.
Yeah.
And you recognize this as June 10th, 2015 meeting. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, at that point, you also said, and this is at JW 240B, Your Honor, it's in Barry, State's Exhibit number 378.
What started?
YE, and it's at time 3:13:02 p.m. to 3:13:22 p.m. And Mr. Copeland, tell us if you hear this. You said, you know what I mean? Honest to God truth. I asked why they didn't kill Kel. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Why that, and I'm not saying it, but HELL, they kill like he wasn't a problem. Did nothing. And Detective Thorpe, remember who he is, the homicide detective?
Yeah, the bald head dude with the script right here.
Yes, sir. He said, and then you said, that's what, I don't know what, and then I can't understand it, so you tell us. Them did. That's why I knew it was something personal between him and Thug. I don't know. Just listen to it and tell us if that's what it says, okay?
I mean, honestly, because why the hell did they kill Cam? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why the hell they kill? Like, he wasn't a problem. Nothing did nothing. Like, I don't know what they done did. I knew it was something personal between him and Cam. I mean, but what was personal between him and Thug? I don't know.
Okay. The next one is JW 240C is in Colette. States Exhibit number 378YE from the June 10, 2015 interview. 36:47, Mr. Copeland, 10:36:50.
Good morning, guys.
You saying they fell out.
My child has my charger.
Cal got into it, and the they, if you need any type of listening to it more, I believe, and you tell us you're referring to Jeffrey and Mr. Donovan Thomas, okay? And tell us if you need to hear more.
They fell out. They both, me and Kid got into it.
Is that what it says?
I didn't hear it.
Can we redo it, Your Honor? Okay.
They fell out. They both, me and Kid got into it.
They say that they fell out, meaning Jeffrey and Mr. Thomas, they fell out before me and Cal got into it. Is that what you heard?
I just heard something about me and Kill. I didn't hear what I said before that.
All right, well, the jurors can make a determination, but that's great. Whatever you do, okay? And the next one is JW 241A. That's State's Exhibit number 378YA is in Elisa. That's at 3:01:37 a.m. to 3:02:52 a.m. Mr. Copeland, this is January 11th. This is about 6-7 hours.
So what's y'all thoughts about this so far?
Shot.
I don't want to do too much talking. I want y'all to be able to hear for the guys, people that's not following. This trial is the most heinous.
Detective Thorpe, remember being with him that day? January 11th, 2015?
I don't remember the day, but that's who questioned me.
And on here, just tell us if you hear Detective Thorpe saying, what made you want to pull you into this situation? You said me and him had a problem in the club. Kel, they say, is the little brother. Me and him got into it at the club, probably about no longer than 4 months. So 4 months before January 2015. Just listen to it, make sure that that's what it says, okay?
Tell me exactly what you know dealing with this situation. Like now, no, everything. Tell me everything. What made people want to pull you into this situation to happen? Okay. Me and the kid. You know what I'm saying? Me and him, he had a problem in the club.
I don't think it's playing through the speakers. Oh. Okay, well, IT's here, and there's not anything I can do about that.
Yeah, they say this the little brother, but I thought it was but they say they real brother. And
Okay, let's
KEL.
let's stop for now. They're here, and maybe they can fix it, even though they had all week last week and it didn't get fixed. We thought it was, but it's not. So I'm gonna excuse y'all.
So that's that on that till they come back.
The backup also doesn't work, by the way.
So we get to fast forward. Lucky for us, we get to fast forward. Um, they're on break. I'm assuming. But while we waiting for them to come back, I remove it and. So what y'all think so far? Like what y'all think is going to happen with them? Like what is y'all outlook on things? I think, and this is gonna be my opinion, that they will be found not guilty. It's like they have music videos and I guess Kenneth Copeland's supposed to be their star witness. That's really not working in their favor. They don't have any hardcore evidence. They have like evidence all around that doesn't conclude to it have you all over the place. The evidence is really all over the place. And if you've been watching it, you could tell that they all over the place. They don't actually have something that's solid that could stick. They just throwing things out there to hope that it stick. And what Brian still speaking on because he needs Brian at the same time questioning Kenneth Copeland, but when you think about it, he is really getting into the facts. Or you know what, y'all could I can let y'all read the comments at the bottom that's going on that the other people are saying, but that he's trying to let the jury know what's going on while this judge not here, kind of trying to dig in, but not actually uttering the words out. Because I'm quite sure the jury wants to know why they have been gone for that a numerous amount of time, and some things they had to disregard. So Brian trying to kind of put the information out there, which I kind of like about him. He's really thorough and he's gonna look into things. So y'all can, I guess, if y'all could see it, read the comments. Hopefully y'all can see it. Read the comments. Until they come back on, I'll be diving into some schoolwork. Let me I'm gonna answer these questions later. Oh, it looks like they're coming back. Okay, then. We got them in. Doing schoolwork. I'm actually doing. I wish I could show you guys. I'm actually right now on in my class. It's called police process. So just waiting for them to come in. Maybe they be going in on them in the comments.
Thank you. All right, as y'all can tell, we have sound again. We don't know why. We don't know if or when it will stay with us, but we're gonna, as long as we have it, move forward. Go ahead, Mr. Stewart.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Copeland, we are going to go back to when the audio seems to have gone out. I'm going to play again the JW 240C as in Colette, State's Exhibit number 378YE. That's the June 10th, 2015 interrogation or meeting at 10:36:47 a.m. to 10:36:51. And this is where you are explaining, I believe, and you tell us, that they, meaning Jeffrey and Mr. Donovan Thomas, fell out. They fell out before me and Kel got into it. That's the part. If you could listen again, maybe that was when you said you couldn't hear, maybe there was an audio problem. Your Honor, can we play that through Mr. Copeland?
Yes.
They fell out. They both, me and kid got to it.
Was that better? Did you hear that?
It was the same.
Okay. All right. We're going to go on then to the next one, which is again, the audio was out. So if some people heard it, they're going to rehear it. It's JW 241A as in Elisa, States Exhibit number 378YA. This is January 11th, 2015, with Detective Thorpe. And this is from 3:01:37 a.m. to 3:02:52 a.m.
Cause
Your Honor, if we may play.
doing reading on my phone, man.
Tell me exactly what you know dealing with this situation. Like now, no, everything. Tell me everything. What made people want to pull you into this situation to happen? Okay. Me and the Kel. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Man, we had a problem in the club. Is that him? No, this nothing. Okay. Kel, they say this to look rough, but I thought he was just saying that, but they say they real rough. And K-E-L. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Little brother of none. Yes. Who you identified from a picture, which is Donovan Thomas. Yes, sir. Okay, go ahead. Me and him got into it in the club push. What day was that? It's just like it was like a lot. Okay. So, but 2 months, 3 months, a year, how long? Yeah, about I'm saying no longer than 4 months.
So, Mr. Copeland, there, are you explaining to Detective Thorpe that you and Mr. Kel, you know his given name is, you know the name Kelvin Watts? Do you know that name? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Kel. On the recording?
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Smart, what you mean?
9, 10 years ago, going back, were you not getting along with Kel for approximately 4 months? So since maybe we'll say September 2014, does that sound right, what you told Detective Thorpe?
I don't know what I don't understand.
Okay. Let's just do it this way. You told Detective Thorpe on January 11, 2015, that you and Kel have been arguing since approximately September 2014. The way I got that is 4 months before January 2015.
So you saying when me and him got into it?
Yeah, approximately. That's what you told Detective Thorpe, and I'm asking you, is that true?
Yes, me is what true?
Maybe in September 2014, October 2014, November 2014, December 2014, beginning of January 2014. By that time, by January 11, 2015, you and Kel were arguing. That sound about right?
I don't get what you're asking.
Okay, it's me. It's my fault. Do you remember going into the police department, meeting with Detective Thorpe on January 11, 2015?
No, what I'm saying is I don't know what you're asking me. You asking me when me and him got into it?
Yeah, you and Kel got into it, approximately, if you could tell the jury.
like 2014.
Okay. Okay. Now, on June 10th,
Me and him was into it for a minute.
Okay. Does about 4 months before Mr. Donovan Thomas was, God forbid, killed sound right? And if it doesn't, or you don't remember,
I don't know.
that's
I don't,
fine. And I thank you. I'm going back to the June 10th, 2015 meeting or interrogation with Detective Gaither, Detective Dennis. You know which one I'm talking about? Detective Thorpe at time, ATF Agent Cunningham at times. I'm on June 10th, 2015. When you told law enforcement, or do you remember telling law enforcement that Jeffrey and Donovan Thomas were arguing or had a falling out before you and Shell had a falling out? Do you remember saying that?
I don't remember what I told no investigators.
Okay. Did you hear that on the recording we just listened to? Did you hear you say that?
What I just say?
On the recording that Jeffrey and Donovan Thomas fell out or were arguing?
I would have told the investigators anything.
Okay. The truth is that, to your knowledge, your observation, so you saw with your eyes and you were present with your ears, Jeffrey and Donovan Thomas were, your words was, big homie. Is that true? They were friends.
Can you say that again?
Yeah. From your observation, by January 2015, you knew that Jeffrey and Donovan Thomas were friends. Is that true?
Right.
Okay. And what you said to the police was what you've been explaining. You would do anything to get the police to stop looking at you. That's all you were trying to do, to go home.
Right.
Okay. Now, were you present on December 4, 2014 at 250 Auburn Avenue in Atlanta? Do you know where that is?
I don't remember nothing way back then. I don't know.
That's fine. I'm going to show you, with the court's permission, I'm going to show you a photograph of the building, 240 Auburn Avenue. Your Honor, I'll mark this if that's okay with the court. Can I have 1 second, Your Honor?
Sure.
I'm just looking for a number. Your Honor, I'm going to mark it with the court's permission. It's Jeffrey Lynn 251.
All right.
And we will put it on the thumb drive again.
Okay.
If you can, sure. It's about to come up. A building?
So do you
I'm
not
just-
have hard copies of these things?
I don't have a copy of that one.
Okay, well, show it to the witness before we publish it for everybody.
Mr. Kokomo, can he approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. It's the next one. That's one. Show it to the state, though, because I don't think you show it. You are correct. May Mr. Kokomo approach Mr. Copeland again, Your Honor?
He may, once he's got whatever this is screenshot.
Mr. Copeland, if you just look at this picture, again, it's a more full view of that building that I'm referring to.
What's the business?
This is the building.
What about it?
I'm going to ask you some questions. Thank you, sir. do you remember, and the date doesn't matter that much, but do you remember being present, or were you present for the shooting of a music video on December 4th of 2014 at that location you were just shown by Mr. Copeland?
I ain't never seen that building,
Okay,
even today.
okay, that's fine. Do you personally know whether Mr. Thomas and Jeffrey Williams were doing a music video on December 4th, 2014 in Atlanta at 250 Auburn Avenue?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Have you seen the music video, or do you know of the song In My Blood by Jeffrey Williams, Bloody J?
Yeah,
All right. Do you have any knowledge of where that was videoed, meaning the music video? And if you don't, that's fine.
I don't.
All right. You weren't present for that.
No, I wasn't.
All right. Were you present in Miami, Florida over the New Year celebration going from December 30th, December 31, 2014, striking into January 1, 2015? So it's going to be about 10 days before Mr. Thomas is God forbid killed. Do you remember being in Miami, Florida?
Was I there?
Yes, if you remember.
Nah, I don't remember being there.
Okay. Do you remember seeing in January of 2015, after Donovan Thomas was, God forbid, killed? Do you remember being present at shows with Jeffrey Williams and you know who Rich Homie Quan is?
Yeah,
The performer? You know?
yeah.
Do you know him as Mr. Lamar too, or do you know the name Mr. Lamar?
I just only know Rich Homie.
Okay. Do you remember seeing, after the killing of Donovan Thomas, seeing Rich Homie Quan and Jeffrey together
What you mean?
in Florida performing at shows? Were you present?
You said when? At what time?
Shortly after Donovan Thomas, God forbid, was murdered. So January 2015.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, were you personally aware? You were at Jeffrey Williams' home after Donovan Thomas was killed. At some point, Donovan Thomas, God forbid, is killed. At some point, you are actually at Jeffrey Williams' home in Atlanta. Is that in the Sky House? Is that true?
What you mean?
Okay. So I'm locking in on the date that Donovan Thomas is killed. I'm just telling you the date. I'm not asking you to remember, but it's January 10th, 2015, okay? But Donovan Thomas is killed that night, or he's shot that night, okay? I'm asking you this. After he's shot, do you remember being at Jeffrey Williams' home at some point at the Sky House in Atlanta, Georgia?
Man, my mind, I had blanked out. Too many people were calling. I can't remember everything that happened that night.
Okay. Do you, it's okay. I'm just asking questions. We're getting you're giving the testimony. It's fine. After Donovan Thomas is killed, after the news got out that he's killed, the information, did you ever see a posting by Jeffrey Williams about Donovan Thomas's death that night, or January 11, 2015? Do you remember that on social media?
I don't remember that night.
Okay. All right. Okay. Did anybody with the police department, the federal authorities, homicide, I'm including everybody, or the district attorney's office ever come back to you and say, hey, I want to talk to you more about Jeffrey Williams and Donovan Thomas falling out like you told us? Did they ever try to corroborate that? And if that's a bad word, I'm going to rephrase it.
Once I got out?
Anytime. Did they ever come back to you and challenge you or ask you about this conversation that you had?
I can't remember if they have. I don't think. Outside the interior, once they went locking me up, we wouldn't nothing to talk about.
It was over, right? You gave your statement. They don't come back to you and ask you about this, right?
Right.
All right. I'd like to go to another part of your statements. And this is where you told the detectives, again, it's June 10th, 2015, that you tried to get Mr. Williams or Jeffrey, and do you know who Bloody J is?
I heard of him.
Do you know the given name Justin Ussery, excuse me?
With it.
That's fine. I'm going to use Bloody J, okay? Do you remember telling the police, and this is, Your Honor, JW 240D, as in David States Exhibit number 378YE. It's June 10th, 2015, meeting, interrogation, whatever, or conference, with law enforcement and Mr. Copeland. It's at 10:40:37 a.m. to 10:41:08 a.m. And Mr. Copeland, tell us if you hear this, okay? And if it's not, you correct us. Detective Dennis tells you, so the night at Crucial, when you were saying they jumped on you, you said, when all the, and I'm just not saying, but SHI blank popped off. So what happened, Mr. Detective Dennis, what happened when you came outside with Bloody J? Because you were saying last time, and then there's overlapping conversation, meaning I can't understand it, multiple people speaking. Then you said, then Detective Dennis said, when you were trying to bring everybody back together. And the Detective Dennis said, you were like, is he ready? And Thug or Jeffrey kept saying, nah, he ain't ready. You remember that? That was Detective Dennis saying, you remember you told us that when you said, and you said, you mixing things up. You're talking about the time we was in when I called Bloody J and tried to get him and Jeffrey or Thug, you said, back cool. That's what I'm targeting, okay? So please listen to it. If I said it wrong, just say it right. Your Honor, can Mr. Copeland listen to this, please? And the jury.
So the night at Crucial, that when you were saying they jumped on you, right? When all shit popped off. So what when you came outside with Bloody J? Because you were saying the last time you were trying to bring everybody back together. You was like, is he ready? And I ain't stood just saying, nah, he ain't ready. You remember that? You remember you told us that? When you said
They were so fixated on, oh my God.
Remember saying that you were, the discussion, Detective Dennis is telling you, you were trying to bring everyone back together, make everyone, friends again. Remember Detective Dennis saying that? You just heard that?
I just heard.
Okay. And then you said that you called Bloody J and tried to get him and Jeffrey or Thug back cool. Do you remember saying that? Or did you hear that?
Again, I'm talking to the investigators. I'm trying to tell them anything.
Right. That's not true. Right. You were just trying to get out of custody or jail. You want to go home, right?
I've been telling y'all that for the longest.
Sustained.
The statement the jurors just listened to, you were trying to finesse or lie to the investigators to get them off of you so you could go home, right?
That was my plan.
It was a lie, right?
My plan was to spin the police, hoping they'd let me go.
And did the police ever show you, or the district attorney's office, any cell phone records of you and Bloody J speaking at all on the phone?
What you mean?
When you said to the detective, I called Bloody J and tried to get him and Thug back cool, did the police ever come back to you at any time, or the district attorney's office, and say, here are jail records, excuse me, here are cell phone records showing you and Bloody J talking? Did they ever try to do that with you?
No, once they took me to jail, I don't hear from them until I'm back on the street and I'm going back to jail again.
Any time while in jail that you called Bloody J and said, wow, I tried to get everyone together. And that never happened, right?
Huh?
Had a phone call with Bloody J while that would be recorded.
I never had Blood J number a day in my life.
Did the police ever come to you or the district attorney's office to say to you, to challenge you, or to tell you, hey, we know this to be true or not true? Did they ever do that with you?
Huh?
Did the police or the district attorney's office come to you and challenge you on that statement and say, hey, we have information, this is true or not true? Did that ever happen? It's the same question. The single question. Did the police ever do that at the district attorney's office?
No.
Okay. I'm going to go to another one.
He
This
just
is
put
your
his case
statement
together
again.
basically. He don't have nothing to collaborate
June
anything
10th,
he's saying. He just
2015.
put that what he said was the
Your
truth.
Honor,
Like Jay is
JW, Jeffrey
crazy,
Williams,
and he trying to
240E,
lock
as in
people
Aaron
away.
States Exhibit number 378YE.
It's crazy. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry guys. Sorry, the technical.
Is you saying, if you did say, you tell us, yeah, I got,
I'm doing
so I'm
them
like,
at the same
I'm not
time.
saying, but darn, but it says another word. But this SHI blank happened, but before that happened, me and Kel was face to face. You know what I mean? Detective says yes, or uh-huh. Then you say, truth be told, I walked up on him, meaning Kel, with Shannon, me and him, it was me, D, my baby mama, and her friend. You said, the text said, uh-huh. You said, it was Kel and about 5 more other, I'm not saying, but ends. All right, look, bruh, you know what I mean? I got a problem with you, bruh. You know what I mean? This SHI blank here, we've been knowing each other. Detective says, right. And you say, I'm telling Kel that, bruh, this SHI blank ain't about them, bruh. You know what I mean? What the HELL? Woo woo. We talked like, while me and Kel talking, Kel, you know what I mean? All this SHI blank really about Thug. The truth, this is the truth. So detective says, so Kel's beef is not with you, it's with Thug. And you say, yeah, it was with Thug. Detective says, well, then why he? And you said, it was a cover-up. You're not listening. It was a I was the cover-up. I want you to listen to this and tell me if you hear what I said. If not, just correct it.
Yeah, I said something like that. But they should have, but for the heck of me and Kill face to face. Now, I mean, truth be told, I'm a bum. With scammers.
No, I knew the state should have known better than this. Come on, man.
It was me, my baby mama, and her friend. It was Kill, and about 5 more with me. I'm like, look, bro, I mean, I got a problem with you, bro. You know what I mean? This shit here, we been on each other. I'm telling Kill that, bro. This shit ain't about that, bro. I mean, what the hell we talk? Like, why me and Kill talking? Kill really not saying. You know what I mean? All this shit really about the story. The truth, this is the truth. So Kill's beef is not with you, it was drugs. Well, why? I was the cover up. You're not listening, I was the cover up. Listen.
Did you hear that, Mr. Copeland?
Yeah, I heard.
What I said, is that what you heard?
I heard it.
Okay. And you were doing the same thing you've told the jury over and over again, right? I was lying to the police because I wanted to go home and I was putting it on Jeffrey, right?
This is why I keep telling you.
And the police, you knew, wanted Jeffrey. They wanted to make a case against Jeffrey. They made that clear to you, right?
Yeah, they did.
So it wasn't that hard for you to realize, and I'm not saying you're not, using your finesse, but you knew who the police wanted you to implicate's my word. That's a bad word. You knew who the police wanted you to say is the person responsible for this death, right?
I didn't think they were gonna go after him.
Okay. And you knew that they wanted information from you about Jeffrey. True?
Yes.
Now, when you talk about your baby mama, did you hear that? in the recording we just listened to?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the Honorable Miss Deshawn Quarterman, right? That's her name?
Yeah.
And you're aware that Miss Deshawn Quarterman, your child's mother, had spoken with multiple, but Detective Gaither at times, true?
What you mean?
During this time.
Yeah.
And we know that because remember hearing some jail calls yesterday that the district attorney's office played for you, and you even asked Miss Quarterman or Deshawn to call Detective Gaither on one
We
of
got
those
this innocent man sitting in
recordings or
jail,
two of
and they're
recordings.
gonna
Remember
stick
that?
to their
Yes.
story. That's what kills me
And,
about the state.
You asked Deshawn Quarterman
About
to text
anybody.
Detective Gaither.
They don't take
Remember that, hearing that
accountability for
yesterday on
if
the
they
jail
want. They
calls?
got this innocent man sitting in jail
Did
just for being friends
you
and
have
trying to
any
be good with somebody.
information
He made it out the
that
hood, and that's
Deshawn
like anybody.
Quarterman
You
or
know, when people
Detective
make it out
Gaither
the
or
hood
anyone
and
else
been in
came to
the
you and
hood for
said,
so
hey,
long
we
that they
corroborated.
think that
We spoke
they
with
told
Deshawn, and she
the
said,
people
yep,
they left
I was
behind.
there
Sometimes you gotta
when
leave
you
them and
made
just
it
do
good with
good.
Kellen. It's all about Thug. It's all about Jeffrey. Did that ever happen?
The police never talked to her without me knowing. They never talked to her.
Period, right?
Yeah, they didn't. They talked to her when me and her was in the interrogation room, and they really didn't say that to her.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And of course,
Every athlete dreams of emulating the greats, and with AI, that dream is closer than ever before.
that was part of your attempt to get the police off of you so you could go home. True?
What you mean?
That's why you said this, because you wanted the police to get away from you. You wanted to go home.
Right?
Okay. Jeffrey Williams, number 240F is in Fox, State's Exhibit number 378YE. Your Honor, this is June 10, 2015. It's already an evidence meeting, interrogation conference, interview, whatever it is called, at 10:49:25 a.m. to 10:50:09. And Mr. Copeland, I want you to listen to this, that you are saying to law enforcement. So when they ended up leaving, we pull up at the studio. This end was there recording a song, meaning Jeffrey. That song that we pull up tonight, he did that song. I mean, like he did it so fast, like damn N just shot at you, come make a song. So this is what I'm thinking, this damn, so we're up there chilling. So everybody was up there at the studio. So Thug dialed 911. He had a bullet hole in his car. So he wanted to know who shot his car. You know what I mean? I want you to listen for this. If I said it wrong, you got to correct me, please.
So when they leave, we put up at the studio. This nigga was never recording song. That song that Lil we put up probably tonight, he did that song. I mean, like, he did it so fast, like, damn, nigga, this shot ain't come like a song. So then no thing, damn. So we got that chill. So everybody at the studio got so Doug now, yeah, Willie was in cup. So he's like, well, he wanna know who shot his cup. I mean,
Did you hear that, Mr. Copeland?
Mm-hmm.
Did I say fairly what it says? Was I fair?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay. Did the police ever come to you after you reward them with this information and play for you or even tell you, hey, here's the 911 call made after the gambling house was shot up and a supposed bullet hit Jeffrey's car? Did that ever happen?
No.
Did the district attorney's office ever come to you and say, hey, we have the 911 call that Jeffrey Williams phoned in, like you told us, on June 10, 2015. Did the district attorney's office ever play for you that 911 call?
No.
There was no 911 call. You were just trying to get out of the police, right?
Sustained.
Was there a 911 call to your knowledge that was ever shown to you to corroborate, to verify, to support that statement?
No.
You're aware, if you're not, just say I'm not, that 911 calls are maintained or held by the police? You know what I'm talking about? They're saved. They can be retrieved. And if I'm asking a bad question, just say.
Yeah, they are.
District Attorney's Office nor the police ever came to you with that 911 call?
Did y'all? I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay. I'd like to go to Jeffrey Williams 240G, as in Goldfeder, States Exhibit number 378YE, as in Aaron. It's again, Your Honor, the June 10, 2015 meeting with Mr. Copeland and the detectives. Now it's at 3:47:32 p.m. to 3:48 p.m. 00. And Mr. Copeland, if you can just listen for and tell us if this is accurate. You said, and we're still talking about the car windshield. Remember all this conversation about Jeffrey wouldn't let it go until his car windshield was paid for? Remember all that?
I'm listening.
Okay. And it should say, and correct us if I'm wrong, that you said, yeah. So when me and Kel was like, well, we wanted to see what Thug got to say. So I called Kel on FaceTime with Kel, and Kel like, I ain't let SHI blank go until you pay for my window. You know what I mean? And Detective Dennis says, Kel said that or Thug said that? You said Thug. Thug, yeah. Detective Dennis said, okay. You said Thug like, Kel like, what? Pay for your window. So he looked at me. I'm about to go. I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's on y'all. So I'm out of here. I'm out of there, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, man, get nut on the phone. You feel me? That's what Kel was saying. I want you to listen to it and see if I've said that accurately.
So when me and Kill seen Church Henry, Kill like, well, he gonna see what Thug got to say. So I called Thug on FaceTime for Kill. And Kill like, it ain't that shit, so he paid for my window. Kill, yeah. So Kill like, what? Pay for your window? So he look at me like, I'm like, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with this. So y'all, I'm out of there, bro. Like, man, get that on the phone. You did. It was Kill was saying.
What I said, was that accurate?
Again, I tell the police anything, get them out my face.
Okay. And at that time, by 2014, 2015, you knew Jeffrey was wildly popular in music. Is that fair to say?
Since I've been knowing that he's been popular.
And he was also popular, if you observed it, in fashion, meaning like dress,
Yeah,
social media, he had influence.
yeah.
And he was owning several homes, to your knowledge, true?
I don't know what he owned.
Okay, how about cars? He had several cars.
Yeah,
And he would allow people to use those cars. He was free with that stuff, right?
yeah.
And he would rent cars for other people too, even if he didn't own it. Is that true?
I don't know what he do for other people, but it wasn't no issue.
He rented cars for you. Fair?
Huh?
He rented cars for you if you needed it. Isn't that true?
What you mean?
You would drive at times a rental car with permission of Jeffrey Williams that he rented. It wasn't a big deal, right?
I used to just go get the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And it wasn't only you, it was anybody. He's generous, right? With his things.
Sustained, you can rephrase.
It's fine.
Nice.
All right. You also knew at that time, 2014, 2015, Jeffrey would fly on private planes. True?
Yeah.
And he would allow you at times, I don't know the number, you could tell the jurors, to go on a private plane with him. Fair to say?
Yeah.
And you knew he was touring America at that time, right? He was performing all the time, right?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And he would do tours throughout America. You're aware of that?
He used to go to, I don't know what tour year, but he used to go to the different clubs and stuff.
Okay. And do you remember him having like go to different cities throughout America?
I mean, that's what I mean to say.
That's fine. And Europe, countries like England and France.
Sustained.
Jeffrey would play in other places, not in America, outside America. You're aware of that, right?
What's the relevance?
So relevance is that Mr. Copeland's telling the police that Jeffrey Williams cared about a window.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Say that again.
Jeffrey Williams cared about a car window. The man is.
Okay, I'm not sure the one has much to do with the other, so I'm going to sustain that objection.
When you told the police that this is about a window, Jeffrey's window, remember what we just heard? That was part of your finesse, right? To get you out of there.
When the police would question me, my only motive was to get me out of the interrogation room free. I was trying to say whatever I can to get them to let me go, to convince them that I would help them. And they just were my motive. Every time they got me, that's what I was trying to do. They were bringing his name up, and they mentioned anybody's name, I was gonna make up a story on them. I was gonna say something about them, hoping that I can convince them to let me go.
That's what happened here about the windshield, right? Same thing.
I don't remember what I told them.
I just played it.
I heard what I said.
That was part of your attempt to go home, right? True? Not to be locked up.
Right.
Did anybody come to you from the police, the district attorney's office, and say, we corroborated, means support or verified, this car window story? Did they ever tell you that?
After 2000, when I gave an interview and went to the feds, I haven't heard anything from the state, the police, nothing until they catch me in the street.
Okay.
They haven't told me about nothing. They haven't reached out to me or nothing.
Okay. I'd like to go to the next issue that I'd like to discuss with you, Mr. Copeland. It's JW240H as in happy, States Exhibit number 378YE as in Aaron. It's again the June 10, 2015 interrogation. It's at 10:42:23 a.m. through 10:42:32 a.m. And I'd like you to listen for and tell us if I am wrong where this is outside of Club Crucial after you got into that fight on January 6th, 2015. Remember with the lip and the eye and the knot on the head? Remember that?
And when nothing went wrong with my lip, it was just my eye.
Okay. And it was the detective said to you, okay, we'll get back to see you 9. He's standing there with Bloody J. You said, so, but Thug pulling my shirt like, there goes Bloody J right there. You know what I mean? Thug and Nard were in the car leaving Crucial that night and firing at either Bloody J or Kel's people. Tell me if you hear that, okay?
Okay, get back to it. You see 90 standing there with blood. I get something, but throw him a shirt like, they go Bloody J right there, y'all need.
You hear that?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay. Did law enforcement, do you remember Club Crucial back in 2014, 2015? You used to go there every Monday night, right?
Right?
Approximately every Monday night. And,
No, every Monday.
okay. And do you remember ever observing or seeing that there were surveillance cameras inside and outside Club Crucial?
You have cameras?
Okay. Did the police ever come to you and say, hey, we have the surveillance camera we want you to look at, or the district attorney's office, from January 6th, 2015? Did everyone ever show you anything like that?
I never heard nothing about no cameras.
Okay. I'm going to play on the same issue, same time, dealing with outside of Club Crucial. This is going to be J.W. Jeffrey Williams 240I as an ice cream, states exhibit number 378YE. It's June 10, 2015, interrogation 10:43:20 a.m. to 10:44:18 a.m. And this is you, just make sure it's right. So when we pulled out, Thug and Nard got in the car together. I mean, so when they pulled out, we leave, but when we leaving, Thug and them pull on a side street. I see them pull on a side street. My pulled on the side. He like, what the hell y'all doing? He like, boy, we want to wait. He come out the club. I'm like, who? He's talking about Bloody J. What the hell? You know what I mean? I said, I hear the gun cocked back. Detective asked, what had a gun? You said that N Nard. Detective said, You said, so I hear the gun cocked back. I'm like, what the F? So I tell them, all right. I mean, my brother was gonna have to turn around. Detective says, So you said, so when we go down and turn around and come back, I'm telling brother, SHI blank, just go left. And we just ride the back street all the way to the house. We just hear the SHI blank go boom, boom, boom. And we just see the car, Thug and them chasing the other car in front of them. You know what I mean? Detective said, that is the same night you got jumped on at the club. You
Anything
said,
to bring
Thug and
out
them chasing
successful
them.
brothers
Because at
down.
first
That's
they thought
too hard.
they took money from them.
You can't
Just
get
listen
this
to it,
man
make sure I
back his
said that
life
fair.
all this time that they took away with this nonsense.
We pulled out. I mean, so we pulled out, so another guy come in. I mean, so they pulled out. We believe. But what he did is, I threw them from Side Street. So I see them from Side Street. My brother pulled on the side. He's like, what the hell y'all doing? Y'all boy, we don't really need to come out the club. I'm like, ooh, he's not Bloody J. What the hell you want to know me? Do it to me? I said, I just gun cop back. Who had gun? The nigga knows. So I just gun cop back. What the fuck? So I said, I mean, my brother go down and turn around. So when we go down and turn around, come back up. I said, brother, you go left, and we just ride fast, we all reach the house. We just hear she go, boom, and we just see the car door, and we chasing the little car in front of them. I mean, this is that night, the same night you got jumped on the car. Yeah. So, door and chasing me, because at first we thought they took the money from me.
Did you hear that, Mr. Copeland?
Yeah, I heard.
Was it fair what I said?
What you mean?
What I said was that what you said. Did I take your words and the detective's words accurately? What I said beforehand.
I guess.
Did the police, local police, gang unit, federal authorities, district attorney's office, anybody ever come to you with any type of verification of what you said? Did they ever say to you, yeah, this happened or this didn't happen? Did they ever even talk to you about that?
No.
I want to go to the next issue, and this is JW 240J as in Jake. It states exhibit number 378YE. It's the June 10th, 2015 interrogation meeting or interview. It's at 3:46:40 p.m. through 3:47:45. And here, Mr. Copeland, you are discussing with the detectives that Mr. Donovan Thomas or Nutt came to the gambling house and met with you, and you discussed your issues with Mr. Shelkel. I want you to listen to this. Specifically, you said, I was just like, darn, but it says another word, bruh, what happened? You know what I mean? What the HELL? I'm just like, the only thing I did was, you know what I mean? That N-Kel is, that's what that was, because I was just like, and then I just remembered like the stuff Nutt used to be saying. You know what I mean? Like Nutt pulled up at the gambling house and he tried to talk to me. You feel me? I let the window down. I cracked the window. He said, darn, it says another word, blood. I ain't blood, bruh. You know what I mean? But darn, says another word. You know what I mean? So I pull over. And when I pulled over in the car, him and Big Boo was talking. I mean, dapped him up. Boom, Shannon right there. Shannon walked right past, looked at me and was like, you know what I mean? Detective said, uh-huh. You then said, and he was just like, man, what's up with you and Kel? Meaning Nutt or Mr. Thomas. Like, man, these ends, let him trip with y'all. I ain't got no problems with him. You know what I mean? So we was talking. When we got finished talking, he like, man, I'm a holler at the end. I'm a let y'all ends know what's up. You know what I mean? This and that. Detective said, that's what Nutt said. You said, yeah. So when me and Kel seen, Kel was like, well, he wanted to see what Thug got to say. So I called Kel on FaceTime with Kel, and Kel like, I ain't let SHI go until you pay for my window. You know what I mean? Just listen to it and tell me if you agree with what was said.
I was like, damn, bro, man, what did you have? I don't think I did ever. That nigga ain't the problem. I mean, the nigga Cal is. That's what so I feel like. And then I just remember like the stuff Nut used to be saying. I mean, like Nut put up at the gamma house and he tried to talk to me. You feel me? I did one time. I cracked one. He like, damn, blood. I ain't blood, bro. I mean, damn. I mean, so I pulled over. When I pulled over, I got caught and they did boo talking. Y'all Shannon right there. Shannon walked right past, looked at him like, you know what I mean? And he was just like, man, what's up with you and Kel? I mean, they young trip, but y'all ain't got no problem with it. I mean, so we were talking, we got there and talking. Like, now how that thing, I'm gonna let y'all niggas know what's up, you know what I mean? That's what Nutt said, yeah. So when me and Kel seen Church Gaming, Kel like, yeah, he gonna see what Thug got to say. So I called Thug on FaceTime for Kel. And Kel like, ain't that shit go till you pay for my window. I mean, Kel.
What I said, was that fairly accurate, what you were saying with the detectives?
I never had no conversation with Nutt outside the gambling house.
Exactly. Police never came to you in any way to say, hey, we corroborate that or support or verify that, right? That never happened.
I never had a conversation with him.
I want to talk with you about Jeffrey Williams number 240K, as in Kitten, States Exhibit number 378YE. Your Honor, it's at 9:56:01 to 9:56:27 a.m. It's June 10, 2015 meeting. Mr. Copeland, I want you to listen for, and then, correct me if I'm wrong, that you said to the detectives on June 10, 2015, so I went and got the car. I I pull up at the green store. I ain't seen them out there. So I was talking to Little Rick. Me and Little Rick talking. I called D. D said he was on Cleveland. So Rick asked, like, where you just go? Because I was going to the girl's house. He like, all right, boom. I get in the car, I ride. I pull up at McDonald's. When I pull up at the McDonald's, detective says, you went to McDonald's? Bye-bye. You say, on Cleveland. Detective said, on Old Hapeville? You said, nah, the one across, and the detective then cuts into your statement. I want you to listen to it. We're talking about, obviously, where you were at around the time of Mr. Donovan Thomas getting shot, okay? Just to orient you.
So I got caught. I got put up at Green Store. I ain't survived. So I'm talking to Rick. Me and Rick talking. I called him. He said he's on clean. So Rick asked like, where you to go? We turn around. And I want to go to the girl. He's like, all right. Boom. I get in the car. I ride to you. I pull up at the McDonald's. When I pull up at the McDonald's, to the McDonald's side, Cleveland, Wakefield, like, the one right across the big. Yeah.
Did I say fairly what you said to the detectives? Did it sound correct?
That's what it said.
Yeah. Okay. Now, did you ever get word from the district attorney's office, the detectives, the ATF agents, anybody that Little Rick confirmed your statement to the police? That they spoke with Little Rick?
No.
Okay. Do you remember the McDonald's we're talking about on Cleveland Avenue? It's the one across the street from a coin-operated laundromat, and then across the street from a gas station, and next to an auto parts store. You know which one we're locking in on? I could show you a picture.
Yeah, you gotta show me a picture.
Okay.
Nah, I know what you're talking about, dude.
Okay. In 2014, 2015, if you observe this, just tell me, if you remember and you observed it. Do you remember seeing surveillance cameras inside and outside that McDonald's?
That's not my neighborhood.
That's fine. That's good. Okay. All right. Now, you're aware by the time that all this happened, January, we'll just say January 2015, January 10, before Mr. Donovan Thomas's, God forbid, shot. You're aware that cell phones, cellular telephones, give a general description of the area the cell phone is in. Is that true?
Can you say it again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At and around or before Donovan Thomas's shooting, that's what I'm locking in on. Were you aware, did you know, that cellular telephones can tell a general vicinity of where the phone is? Do you know what I'm referring to?
You said, do I know about it?
Yeah. Did you know about it back then?
Yeah.
Okay. And in fact, you told the police on January 11th, 2015, within 7 hours, 8 hours of Mr. Donovan Thomas being, God forbid, shot, you brought a cell phone in the interrogation room with Detective Thorpe and said, my phone will tell you where the phone was. Remember doing that?
Right.
And that was you trying to tell the detective, don't look at me for the killing of Donovan Thomas. Fair to say? That's why you went there.
Right.
I'd like to play for you and just tell us, orient the ladies and gentlemen jury, if that's what you're talking about. This is, Your Honor, Jeffrey Williams 241G. It's in Gold Federal States Exhibit number 378Y. A is in Elisa. Your Honor, this is the January 11, 2015 interrogation or meeting with Detective Thorpe and Mr. Copeland. Is at 3:14:09 a.m. to 3:14:23 a.m. If you can listen to this, Mr. Copeland, just make sure that you tell the jurors correctly if this is what you're talking.
I can't hear it.
So what I did was I kept asking. I see I missed it in my phone. I show you. I was asking everybody like, should I go down there, bro? Cause I didn't do it. They come scan me, they do everything. I didn't do it. They check my phone record. My folks call me and show you where I was. They show you every call that I talked first. They show you where I was now.
Is that you, Mr. Copeland? If you heard it, saying, you could check phone records, you can see where the phone was, where I was. Is that fair to say?
Huh?
Sorry. Were you talking about in the Jeffrey Williams Exhibit 241G, States Exhibit 378YA from the times that I announced? Was that you showing the detective with your phone on the desk?
Trying to film I'm innocent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that phone, you see the phone that's in the Honorable Judge Whitaker's courtroom on display? That's the phone you brought in.
On the camera?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And did Detective Thorpe ever take your phone?
Shit, I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, let's do it both ways.
I don't really remember how it was so fast. I don't really remember how it went.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, and if you don't remember, just say I don't remember. Did anyone on the district attorney's office or the police department ever show you the contents of your phone, that they looked into your phone? Did they ever come back to you and say, hey, we can tell where you are, or these are the text messages? Did they ever show you that?
Miss Hilty told me that, I think in Glanville office, that something about my phone showed me somewhere else. I can't. She said something to me about it, like during this trial. But I don't recall exactly how she said it.
Now, you had multiple phones, fair to say, on January 10, 2015?
What you mean?
Multiple is a bad word. You had more than one phone on January, the day that Mr. Diamond Thomas was killed. You had more than one phone, right?
Everybody got more than one phone.
Okay. And including you, right?
Yeah.
In fact, you told the jury on August 12th of 2024 that you had more than one phone. And if you listen to this, just make sure that's what you're talking about, the night of Diamond Thomas's murder. JW 249, Your Honor, at 5:44:48 to 5:45:16 from the Fox 5 stream of this trial.
But I'm about to listen to something.
I think he's having a little issue. I'm sorry.
You may. Do they need to have a restroom break anyway? Let's have a short recess while they get that queued up. It's about time for a restroom break.
Pass it out.
Yeah, thanks. All right, we'll take however long it takes the jury to get back, 10-ish minutes.
It went on a break. Yes, maybe I can go and Dang, they ain't came back yet.
JCPenney is your one smart shop for back to school. More fashion, bigger savings. From hoodies to hair care, cargos to crop tops, perfume to Puma, and backpacks to bralettes. Get back to school ready in one affordable stop. JCPenney, make it count.
Good morning. Mm. That. Let's see what else I got to do. Let's see what's going on in my psychology class. I think I did this. Did I do this? Okay, I did do that. Okay. Let's see how I do this today. Let me see. Finished with biology yesterday. I did my A&E. Did I do this? I did do that. So I got all my A&Es in.
Freud's theory of psychosexual development claims that as we grow up, we pass through 5 critical phases. Our sex drive, which Freud called the libido, focuses in a different erogenous zone at each phase. The phases are called oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital. If our experience during any of these phases was traumatic, we might develop fixations later in life, such as neurosis, dependencies, addictions, or depression. The oral phase, age 0 to 1. In the first year of our lives, we discover the world through our oral senses. Our main pleasure comes from sucking our mother's breast or a bottle. The conflict that occurs now is the weaning from our primary caregiver. Hans is weaned off his mother's breast without trauma. Ernst's mother stops feeding him within 4 months of birth, which is too early. Ida is often left alone crying when she is hungry. Hans becomes a healthy and independent adult. Ernst suffers from trauma and develops an oral fixation. He tries to compensate for it by chewing gum all the time. Ida spends her entire life looking for the oral stimulation she was denied as an infant, and therefore develops a manipulative and addictive personality. The anal phase, age 1 to 3. The primary focus of our libido at this age is the control of the bladder and bowel movements. We have to learn how to use the potty. Hans' parents praise his attempts to use the toilet and encourage him to learn at his own pace. Ernst's parents force potty training on him too early and punish him for mistakes. Ida's parents neglect any efforts at potty training entirely. Hans develops a competent personality and a good and balanced relationship with authority. Ernst develops an anal retentive personality. He becomes an over-controlling and stingy adult with disgust for his own body and a tendency to obey authority. Ida develops an anal expulsive personality. She becomes messy, disorganized, inconsiderate of other people's feelings, and rebellious against authority. The phallic phase, age 3 to 6. Our libido now turns to the genitals as we discover the differences between the female and the male gender. The boys' conflict in this phase occurs as a rivalry with their father, also called the Oedipus complex. Ernst and Hans desire to possess their mother and fantasize about getting rid of their father. But they know that their father is stronger and fear being punished for their desire. Freud called this castration anxiety. Ida experiences penis envy. She believes that a penis is the key to power and domination, and also wants one. Hans' father was very present during that phase. Later, Hans resolves this conflict by identifying strongly with him. He learns to take on a male role. As an adult, he respects both genders. Ernst, whose father was absent during that phase, fails to develop a strong sense of manhood. He has a mother fixation.
Pause this. I'm
And is not sure about.
gonna watch my other stuff on here. It's cold up in here.
Bitch, stop playing with me. What I thought I heard bitch, I was lying. They got receipts for these. Take that shit back to the store. I don't want it. Give me my change. I'll make change with you, bitch. Yeah, just give me my money. Just give me my money. Yeah, just give me my money. Yeah, bitch. Stop playing with me. Come to the front, bitch. I bring all them hoes out, bitch, and them niggas too. Come on, come here. Come here. It ain't over till a fat lady to sing and fat ain't sung yet. Bitch, I know y'all ain't hear nothing new drop. I ain't seen nothing yet, bitch. But when I come out with that powder talk, I hope it I tell me nothing straight up, bitch. What's up? What happened?
So were they back? Back.
Yeah, my team.
What you do?
What shit show? Let's get into it.
Officer is present and accounted for. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Mr. Steele.
Your Honor, I'd like to play Jeffrey Williams or JW 249. It's at 54448 to 54516 from Fox 5 stream of this trial.
Did you provide us your phone number so we can get your phone records, Mr. Copeland?
Which phone?
The phone you had in 2015, did you give police your phone number so we can get your phone records?
I don't recall. Now you're talking about.
Did you give police your phone number in any of these interviews so that we can get your phone records?
Which phone?
Your phone that you had back in 2015.
I had more than one phone.
Mr. Copeland, that's testifying before this jury, August 12, 2024, where you explained that you had multiple phones on January 10, 2015. Does that sound right?
That's what it said.
Did the district attorney's office, did the federal authorities, homicide detective Thorpe, Detective Dennis, Detective Gaither, anybody, Agent Cunningham, anybody in law enforcement, did they ever seek to get a warrant, search warrant for your other phone or phone?
Alicia?
Sustained.
Did you ever get served with a search warrant, a warrant, or even asked to give the police your other phones or the district attorney's office?
No.
I'm going to show you and play for you, of course, permission, Jeffrey Williams or JW 244D, as in David, States Exhibit number 378, YB is in Barry. Your Honor, that's the January 28, 2015 meeting or interrogation. It's at 7:12:03 p.m. to 7:12:43 p.m. And this discusses, Mr. Copeland, just make sure I'm right, that you and your brother made a false report of who's driving a vehicle because you had a suspended license. If you can listen to that, make sure that's what that's about.
So I got back in the car, we rolled, got off on Lakewood, got back on the freeway, went to the house, told my brother, he didn't get tried to kill me.
Why you had your brother file a police report?
Good, I ain't got a license. You still a victim though, like, they still lock me up.
Bro, if you ain't in the car, listen, if you ain't driving the car when we get there, we're not gonna waste our time on lock you up to drive with you. Because now you didn't kind of, now you didn't kind of sway the investigation because y'all made a false police report. Now, I ain't trying to lock y'all up for that shit, but if we get some evidence or get a gun or something to match shell casings or whatever like that, it's kind of like you threw the investigation off by having your brother take the report. You know what I'm saying? Like at that.
Is that pretty much what it discusses, Mr. Copeland?
Huh?
Is that what it discusses? What you're discussing with the detectives, you had your brother file a report, a false police report. Is that what it's discussing?
Right.
Okay. And you understood on January 10, 2015, that the cell phone that you told the police about would show an approximate location, right?
Huh?
The cell phone that you had on that desk in front of Detective Thorpe that you told the police about, that would show an approximate location of where the cell phone was, right?
I don't know. I don't get what you're saying.
Okay, it's me. I apologize. When you were with Detective Thorpe on January 11th, 2015, about 7-8 hours after Mr. Thomas was shot, and you brought with that phone, you brought that phone with you? If that phone was with somebody else and not you, at the time of Donovan Thomas's shooting, the police didn't have all your phones, right? Well, you didn't give, I'll correct.
Just rephrase it. It was kind of
Sure.
confusing.
You didn't give the police all your cell phones that you had with you or access to on January 10th, 2015, but you did show one phone. True?
He didn't. I don't even think he went to my phone.
All right. Now, did the police ever come to you? When I say police, I'm including everybody, or the district attorney's office, come to you and inquire of you, ask you, your phone shows no calls between 7:01 at night and 7:23 or 24 at night on the night Donovan Thomas is shot. Did they ever ask you to explain or why there are no calls during that time? Did they ever discuss that with you?
They don't tell me nothing.
Okay. All right. I'd like to go to the next recording. And this is Jeffrey Williams 24 or JW 240L, as in laughter, States Exhibit number 378Y, E as in Aaron. Your Honor, this is June 10th, 2015. And Mr. Copeland, June 10th, 2015 interrogation meeting. It's at 9:55:46 a.m. to 9:56:01 a.m. And it is you, I believe, and you make sure, saying that you called Jeffrey Williams from the green store. And it's something like this. You said, all right, so I walk up on my brother's house. Hey, bruh, let me see your car real quick. He gives me the car. Boom. I get in the car. I pull up at the green store. When I got to the green store, this is what I did. I called Thug. I ain't called D right then and there. Detective says, and you say, I called Thug. He ain't answer. I'd like you to listen, make sure that that's correct, okay?
Here's the thing, aging begins in your cells. Start supporting your cell health today.
Mr. Copeland, did the police or the district attorney's office ever come to you and ask you on your phone records whether it supported or did not support that you called Jeffrey Williams from around the green store on or around the time Donovan Thomas was shot?
I don't know what you, I don't, ask me again.
Yes, sir. Did the police or the district attorney's office ever come to you and ask you to explain your cell records, your cell phone records, and ask you about this comment that you called Jeffrey from around the green store at around the time of Donovan Thomas's killing? Did they ever do that with you?
Can you ask me short so I can catch it? It's too long for me.
No, it's my bad. It's my fault. I apologize. Did the police ever share with you, or the district attorney's office go over with you your cell phone records that they may have? Did they ever do that?
No.
Going back to 2014, going into 2015, you met Jeffrey Williams for a short period of time. You were, my word would be hanging out with him, but that's a bad word. That you were in his company and he was in your company, a short period of time. Is that fair to say?
Right.
And when you met him, you already said that he was very popular.
Yes.
True. And is it true that that you observed he was trying to help people like you, but other people too, to get jobs, like legitimate jobs?
What you mean?
Recording studios?
No, I'm saying I don't get what you're asking me.
Okay, let me ask you a different way. So forget about what I said. When you met Jeffrey, did you observe, did you witness him trying to get people to have a legitimate job? A legitimate just means a job at a recording studio, make music, trying to help people.
He tried to help me.
And when you knew him for the period of time, we're really talking about like between your birthdays. Do you know Jeffrey Williams' birthday by any chance? And if you don't, that's fine.
Well, now I do, but
you didn't back then. Okay.
I didn't. Yeah.
Is it fair to say that you and he knew each other, but like after your birthday in July 2014, and really stopped because you were in custody anyway, by July 2015? That's the period of time that you knew each other? Is that true?
No, I didn't. From 2014, I met him like at the end of 2014.
And then you already told the jury, but you got locked up a lot. The police kept locking you up in January, February, March, April, May, and then June. You were locked up in federal custody for 51 months. True?
Yes.
Okay. And that's really the only period that you knew Jeffrey. Yeah. The only time that you were around him or he was around you.
Well, really, we wasn't even together every day. I was out in the neighborhood.
So when the state is asking, like, you questioned about, you were so close with him, what you really did was you go to a studio, he let you come to a studio. True?
Yes. I was going with somebody else.
Yeah. You went originally with a gentleman I know as Mr. Trontavious Stevens. You know that name?
Yes.
Is that also Slug and Tick?
I know. I called him Tick. Yeah.
Okay. And that's how you first were introduced to be around Jeffrey Williams. True?
I think so.
And then you would see him, he'd allow you, and when I say allow you, I mean, it was okay. He allowed a lot of people to go to his shows, right?
I think Tit invited me out.
Okay. And that was really your relationship with, and he would take pictures with you if you wanted to, and he wanted to, true?
Yeah, I asked.
Yeah, and you put that on social media. You were you were promoting Jeffrey, and you liked that.
He give me, yeah.
And it gave you a little bit of maybe
No, a
fame.
lot.
Okay. Gave you a lot of fame. True?
Yeah.
And you were trying to launch your own career as a musical artist at that time, true?
I was trying to find myself.
Okay. Later, though, you did try to, and you did launch your career as a musical artist, right?
Well, I going back to jail, they started locking me back up.
You were trying to do that, though. You were trying to do
I tried it.
Yes. You had a manager.
Huh?
You had a manager.
Yes, I had a lot of stuff.
Yeah. They were controlling your social media feeds, etc.
Yes.
True. Okay. You put out music videos, true?
Well, my manager and them did.
Sure, but you were featured, you were starred.
Right.
It was your music.
Right.
Okay. Jeffrey never had the pleasure of having you featured in one of his songs. Is that true?
No, I ain't never been in his song.
Okay. And Jeffrey never was featured in one of your songs. Is that true?
No, me and him don't have music together.
But he did put you in one song of his. You know the song Halftime?
I'm listening.
Do you remember the line, and I'm not saying this a quote, but something effective, if you mess with me, Woody will come up and pop in the noggin. And if that's not a quote, I'm not trying to misquote it, but that's what is that something like what it says in that song?
Yeah.
And the song is Halftime, right?
Yes.
Wildly popular song.
Yes.
And the police, when that song was released, the police seized on that to use it against you, basically. You knew that, right?
Sustained.
From your vantage point, and what that means is you learned that the police was using that song. They asked you about that song.
No, they told me.
Yeah.
One of them told me that I think I had got out shit. I got out one of the jails and they got me the next day. And they were like, yeah, man, you at the top of our radar. It was something like, and he pissed me off when he said it.
He being the detective.
No, it wasn't no detective, it was the police.
Okay. The police officer upset you when they.
I think it was Dennis that said it. It was one of them that said it to me.
Okay. Now, that's the only time you're mentioned in one of Jeffrey's songs. Is that true?
What you mean?
There's not another song that Jeffrey, to your knowledge, mentions you.
The state needs to close this case.
Okay. And Halftime, you know this, was made in 2000. It wasn't released till 2015, but it was made in 2014. Is that true?
Yes. It's an old song.
And there's no truth to that lyric that you would pop somebody in the noggin for Jeffrey. Am I right?
I would never.
I want to go back to what we talked about earlier, that Jeffrey was in fact this is, by the way, Your Honor, this is J.W. Jeffrey 241B, as in Barry States Exhibit 378Y. A as in Elisa. It's at 3:16:50 a.m. to 3:16:56 a.m. And this is January 28th, 2015 meeting or interview or interrogation with the police. Okay, Mr. Copeland, I'd like you to listen to this about things were good with Jeffrey. If you could just listen to this.
Defense counsel, January 20th. I think this is the January 11th interview.
You are, and thank you very much. I apologize, Your Honor. It's Mr. Copeland's January 11th, 2015 with Detective Thorpe. Same time.
They like, I was cool with him at first. When Thor started letting me hang and put me out on his songs and videos.
You were telling Detective Thorpe that Jeffrey was cool with Mr. Thomas, right?
I guess.
And that's the truth, right?
I don't know. I'm saying I can't hear what I said in the video.
Okay, how about this? From your observations, Jeffrey was on good terms with Donovan Thomas.
I don't think I ever seen them two. I can't remember being around both of them at one time.
You never saw them dap each other up?
I'm saying I don't think I've been around with. I don't think I've been around like if I never seen them. I don't think I've been around with both of them in the same place. If that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
I don't remember. I can't remember seeing both of them in the same place.
I want to talk with you about what you told the detectives. It's June 10, 2015. And this is when you're telling the detectives you're at the McDonald's and D gets into your car. I want to talk to you about this. This is JW or Jeffrey Williams 240M as in magic, states exhibit number 378, YE as in Aaron, 2:45 p.m. to 2:46 p.m. And you say to the police, SHI blank, I just heard D got in the car and he was like, they just killed him. Or he like, yeah. He like, boy, they killed Nut. Detective Thorpe said, who he say killed Nut? You said, I'm telling you. Like my heart started pounding. Like who? He was like, them. And then Nard got in the car. He shut up talking. So we get riding. I'm like, where the HELL, we going? But he told me that I was already trying to get the HELL away from them. So Moonson FaceTimed me. He like, boy, you know, old boy just got shot, right? They saying, boy, he just might not make it. I'm like, who? He like, Nut. I'm like, huh? Man, he trying. He like, SHI, boy, you know, they could scream out a name, right? Man, boy, I ain't got nothing to do with it. So SHI, I'm like, man, my head started hurting instantly. I got off the phone with him. So we following behind them, that's when we dropped them at Thug's house. They was in the car, in the first car. So when we pulled up, I want you to listen to this and tell me if that's what we're talking about. Excuse me.
So I just heard D got in the car, he's like, they killed him. He's like, well, they killed Nut. When you say killed Nut, I'm just tell you, I'm like, my heart started pounding like who? He like, damn. And then Nut got in the car, he shut up talking. So we get blind. I'm like, where they was going? But when he told me, I was already trying to get a head away from them. So I moved to a FaceTime, he like, but you know, old boy, they got shot, right? Saying, boy, his head might not make it. I'm like, who? Like, Nut. I'm like, him. And he like, shit, well, you know they could scream, out of name, right? And well, I ain't got nothing to do with it. So shit, I like, man, my head started instantly. I got off on him. So we fight behind him, we drop him. Then we pull up his throw.
Mr. Copeland, did the district attorney's office or anybody in law enforcement, an agent with the FBI who's a cell phone expert or any of the police, Did they ever go over with you where your cell phone that you told them about was traveling from the McDonald's area towards Jeffrey's home on January 10th, 2015? Did they ever ask you about that to explain it?
No.
Now, when when you were trying to, or you put out some of your music, I want to talk to you about that if I can, okay? Now, do you remember putting out a song and a music video entitled Homicide?
Yeah.
And Jeffrey had nothing to do with that song or music video. Is that true?
I started doing music with somebody else.
And one of the people that you started to do music with, and he's shown in your video to Homicide, is a gentleman named Mr. Turner, or you referred to him as Threat. Is that true?
Yeah.
And in the music video Homicide that you put out, would you recognize that music video if it was shown to you?
It's my video?
Yeah, of course.
It's mine.
Okay. I'd like to show you, and Your Honor, move into evidence, Jeffrey Williams, number 243B, as in Barry. It's a music video by Mr. Copeland. And I want to ask you a couple of questions about that, okay, Mr. Copeland? I'd like to show it first and then ask you some questions, okay?
All right.
First, I think he needs to show it to the witness. It's a,
I think there's a proper foundation.
Tiny
Okay.
little clip and see if he recognizes it.
Mr. Kokomo, with the court's permissions approaching. Thank you.
They just trying anything.
Copeland, just do me a
Like,
favor.
they don't
When Mr.
realize they
Kokomo
made a
comes to you,
mistake.
just
Y'all made a
watch this
mistake.
on
Cancel
the-
the case. Cancel the
Just to see
case.
whether you recognize it as the music video that is Homicide.
Wait, you have to show it to the state first. They have it.
Is this all on the
4 minutes.
drive or whatever that you provided already?
Yes.
So then they.
And Your Honor, I misspoke. It's JW243C, as in Colette, is not B.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my video.
Mr. Copeland, I heard what you said. I'm going to repeat it. If it's not what you said, just correct me. That is, you recognize it as your video.
Yeah, I shot that video.
Okay. Your Honor, I move into evidence. I'd like to play Jeffrey Williams 243C, as in Colette.
relevant, Your Honor.
It's irrelevant.
I believe that there is an indication of an image of that appears to be like Mr. Donovan Thomas, and Threat is in the video as well as Mr. Copeland.
All right, can we just maybe zoom to those
Sure.
parts and do those little parts instead of the entirety of it?
Yeah,
Y'all let the state
entirety
do
of
the
it's
whole
relevant.
entirety of
Okay,
video.
thank you.
absolutely do it. I move for the admission of everything, but for purposes of
Sure.
expedition.
All right,
Okay.
it's admitted.
And I would just need Mr. Kokomo, Your Honor, to announce what time he is
Okay.
playing, if that's okay. Or he could tell. Your Honor, Mr. Kokomo said starting at 41 seconds. May I just look and see what he's playing?
Sure. Yes.
You would like to play with the court's permission. I know it's in evidence, but 4034 through 4050 first, and then it's going to be stopped, and then 35602 to the end.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, matter of fact, he calling right now.
Say, twin, you got that fuck nigga y'all been looking for.
Where y'all at? Where you at?
We at the spot.
Man, he right now.
All right. They on the way now, little bro.
And if you can go back, Mr. Kokomo, for the jurors, Mr. Copeland, I'd just like to explain some things. The person right there in the black, in the black shirt with the red-looking bow tie and the red vest on the cell phone, you see that person? Can you tell the jurors who that is?
Right.
And I heard you, but your hands are over your mouth. Do you mind just
I
telling
said that threat.
Okay. And then if you go back a little bit, Mr. Kokomo, and Mr. Kokomo, what time is that we just announced? 53:58, Your Honor, is what we were just talking about. And if you just go back a little bit more. Keep going back just a little bit more. Right up, go just ahead right there. And Mr. Copeland at 4094, is it fair to say that's you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to go to 5602. That's wrong. 3 minutes, 56 seconds, 02 to the end.
Triple cross, cause this boy is speaking to the boss. Me and Woody Pants do win what it costs. We ain't take no loss. Homicide, we're gonna.
Mr. Copeland, do you remember telling District Attorney Hilton before June 7, 2024, that's the first time the jurors ever saw you come into the courtroom? Judge Glanville was the judge at that time, and you invoked the Fifth Amendment. That's the day I'm talking about. So before that day, okay? Am I losing you? Because I'm not trying to. I lost you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're finished with the exhibit. Can you take it down?
Yeah.
If I could tell you one thing, it's that you need something that works. Something.
Before the first time the jurors saw you testify, on Friday, June 7, 2024, before that, do you remember telling District Attorney Hilton that you made a video admitting to killing Donovan Thomas? Do you remember saying that?
Huh?
Do you remember saying on social media or otherwise that you made a video or a statement that you admitted to killing Donovan Thomas? Do you remember saying that?
Objection, mischaracterization. Evidence. Not even mischaracterization.
I don't know how to rule on that.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have anything in front of me.
That's fine. Let me get the, can I have 1 second?
Yeah, it's not an evidentiary objection, by the way.
So they just still go on knowing that their case is not good and still continue to go on. You guys to let me know. This is if this ain't what to call it, this is a shit show.
Well, then, I'm going to ask you another question. On what we just saw on Jeffrey Williams 243C, that man who had money on his head and then was shot in the video, remember that on the homicide video? Did that have anything in your mind to do with Donovan Thomas?
I don't get what you're asking me.
When you did that video, did that have anything in your mind to do with the killing of Donovan Thomas?
No.
Okay. It's just a video, a music video?
Yeah, just a video.
Now, when you, part of your what you try to give out to the public is that you are a real gangster. Is that true?
Huh?
Do you remember giving an interview on the porch interview? Do you remember that?
Off the porch?
Off the porch, yes, sir. Do you remember doing that interview?
I remember doing it, but I don't remember what I said.
Okay. Do you remember saying that you are a real gangster, but other people are just musicians? They're just play gangsters. Do you remember saying something like that?
You got to show me.
All right. Mr. Kokomo, this is Your Honor, Jeffrey Williams, 246. It's April 29, 2020, off the porch interview with Mr. Copeland. And the relevant times are going to be 5 minutes, 4 seconds, 5 minutes, 12 seconds, 8 minutes, 59 seconds to 9 minutes, 7 seconds.
I remember. I said, I don't know what he's talking about.
Sorry, Mr. Copeland. Do you remember that video, excuse me, the off the porch interview?
I remember, but I don't remember what was said.
Okay. Was that you in that video that was shown to you?
In that picture he showed me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you need to hear what was said? Did Mr. Kokomo play that for you?
No, he just showed me a picture and walked off.
Mr. Kokomo, would you just show Mr. Copeland the relevant portions, 504, and you can listen to any of it, 504 and 512 and 859 to 907. Mr. Copeland, just listen to this yourself, please. They have it. Just say it.
That's it.
That's you in during your interview or part of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Your Honor, I move for the admission of Jeffrey Williams, 246, specifically, and I don't care if the whole interview's in, but specifically the times I announced, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we're objecting based on improper character, and we can approach for some other matters, Your Honor.
All right. Instead of approaching, because I haven't seen this before, so I'm gonna need to see it as well. I'm gonna excuse y'all to the jury room.
I step out too.
Yes, for now, but stay
Be right there.
close. And yeah, I may end up just sending you to lunch, but not yet. If I'm gonna do that, I'll send word. Okay, so just step to the jury room for now. right, I know there was an improper character objection. Whose character?
At this point, it seems like Mr. Steele is implying for the witness about him being a gangster. It sounds like he's going down the line of some other dude did it defense, especially speaking about threat and the homicide video, and then this video, this on the board video of
His client
Mr.
did he somebody
Copeland
had to do it.
speaking about being a gangster. We think that this is more prejudicial than probative, substantially more prejudicial than probative. And so those are the basis for our objections.
And so whose character are you alleging it's improperly impugning?
Mr. Copeland.
Okay, let me see what you're planning to play.
So at the end of the day, I got a story to tell.
Yeah.
You want to listen to it? Or you gonna keep listening to these niggas that ain't did nothing gangster, nothing tougher than they like. So.
Well, baby, he said it. Y'all mad at Steele for. He said it like he gotta defend his client the best way he know possible, and Steele is handling his business. I don't see what the problem is of letting it come in. They let everything else come in, or they wanted to make him seem like he's scared, he don't care. No, bring out the real Woody. Woody letting them know he lied. He acted scared. He acted pretend like he was pretend to be scared.
Here's so
but
many
he's
people
really
out there just build my
that's what
confidence.
he say.
I mean,
So what they mad at?
I had a pride thing.
Yeah,
I
for
don't want to
bringing
be
out
labeled
this.
nothing but a
They
gangster.
try to act like he was
So you
scared.
get
He's
me
scared of
anything other
them.
than that, you got
Come on
started.
now.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. But whenever
I'm gonna overrule those objections.
Overrule rights.
It'll be very short.
Overrule.
Okay, and I'm gonna have the jury back. Ms. Persfield, apparently one of the jurors, she was not hospitalized, but she had to visit the hospital last night. And she has indicated through an email that she may need an early break today. Her doctor's excuse had cleared her for going back to work as of tomorrow, but she didn't want to throw us all off in the morning. So she came today, but we may have to break early, and Ms. Persfield's just kind of finding out a little bit more detail. So I'm going to let her come back and let me know what's going on, and then we'll determine kind of where to go from here.
Get good, it gotta get cut off. Man, every time it get good. Dang. Dang it. Guess I'll be in my schoolwork deep down.
On the phone, I had 1,000 people in my class. Hold on. Sold out. Y'all gotta remember, I went broke from gambling. I still make at least, at the bare minimum, at least a Peach Fest. So I'm about to host my sold out YouTube group class with Peach. Let me show you how many participants. This 2 years ago. Class starts at 2 p.m., which is 2 p.m. That's how long I've been scanning. Everybody is just logging on. I already have 158 people that are on time. As y'all can see, the numbers are increasing. We're about to start taking attendance, letting these folks right on in. For those of you asking for my number, y'all can get it off my Instagram or my YouTube channel. It's on my community tab. If you scroll down, that's my number. Text Peach, okay? I've been scamming for a long, long time. Everybody that was making that money on Facebook, they learned from me, okay? It's $1.65. If you want to get scammed, text me. Let me see how many text messages I got. Let's see.
All right, so we're gonna have the jury back out, wrap up, I guess.
Screenshot.
You're saying, Mr. Steele, that we can wrap up this topic fairly quickly and then we'll break for lunch. And it sounds like she's just feeling okay now, but will sort of keep us posted. So
Can you please put your website?
Okay.
I want your
And Mr. Copeland as well.
e-guide for Facebook. I need your e-guide for YouTube. Please. And I'm like, no. So for months, I haven't sold any e-guides on purpose because I haven't wanted to. I'm thinking about, I might do it today. I'm thinking about it. Everybody keep asking me. But in the beginning, my e-guides were expensive. You had to pre-order them, $75 to pre-order it. After it was released, it was like $169. Nobody was teaching people performance bonus because older creators didn't have it. So they was coming to me trying to figure it out. I'm talking about people that got 10 million Facebook followers, 3 million Facebook followers, 2 million Instagram followers, coming to me. And then I started teaching them. I made $35,000.
Well, if this will be a clean kind of place for us to stop. Sure.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
They were like, they don't know. There's 7 different ways to make money on Facebook. Now, I am shadow banned because I cuss hoes out and hoes are haters. But even right now on TikTok, I'm shadow banned with TikTok. I'm not in trouble for doing nothing recent, like community guideline stuff. It's more so it's me selling shit on here. They want me to turn my page into a business page. And if I turn my TikTok into a business page, what'll happen is I won't get paid for content. And I make thousands of dollars every month. Like TikTok will pay my rent, my lights, school lunch, everything. I make thousands. He making between 40 and 60 grand every single month. Yeah, I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. He don't flex his money like you would never. I know because I know how to do the math. I could look at his numbers and I could do all the math. Everybody know I talk how to get their CPMs and all that kind of stuff. I only got 3,000 followers. That's why. You with 3,000 followers, you only should have access to stars. You probably got access to stars, which ain't nothing but a fucking penny. Like y'all send me a rose. Shout out to Tammy. Tammy, thank you for your business. So a star is just like a rose. Somebody send me a rose. I'm trying to show them how it works. Yep, I do. That's why you're making no fucking money. You only got access to stars. You're not gonna make. Thank you. Shout out to Tia. Shout out to Kay. A rose ain't shit but a penny. I got 3 pennies, 4, 5, 6 pennies, 7 pennies. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Cheryl. Shout out to It's the Queen. And on TikTok, they take 50% of the pennies. So if I get 10 pennies, TikTok keep 5 pennies. I get 5 pennies. You know, it adds up if you get a lot of it. Shout out to the plant. The plant lady, thank you so much. Blasian, Miss Rose, thank y'all so much for the roses. I appreciate each and every one of you for the roses. Miss Rose, thank you so much. Kimmy, thank you so much. So that ain't no motherfucking money. That's why you're saying Facebook is so hard to make money because you're not even eligible. Facebook pays most creators 7 different ways. If you're fully monetized, you get paid 7 different ways. If you one of their favorite kind of creators, you get paid 9 different ways. They don't get it to everybody, but most is 7. The ones that I teach is 3 because 3 are teachable. If you buy my class, that's $1.65. I go over the 3 ways you can get paid, and I tell you why I only teach you these 3 ways because everything else is invite only. So there's 3 things, like even you monetize right now with stars, that's 1. You got 2 more that you can unlock at 5K and at 10K. But you ain't at 5K and you're not at 10K. So talking to you about those, I could help you get there. But the other ones, the other 7 or 4 ways, I wouldn't teach you about them because it's invite only. All right. when is the class? It's pre-recorded. Text me back, Peach. Or y'all texting me, how do I update? I can drop the roles. Or you go to your app store and you'll do an update on your app. Yeah, so Facebook is challenging now because it's a lot of competition. But once you're in the algorithm, we got to the point where my husband was making more money than me on Facebook. Even when it came to Facebook performance bonus, nobody knew what Facebook performance bonus was. Wood was in the program for a whole year before I ever talked to anybody. So I don't accept Zelle. I only accept Cash App. I got 11 text messages. For those of you who want to text me, I'm trying to obtain my number so I can just text everybody at once right now. You'll go to my TikTok, and from TikTok, you'll go over to my Instagram to obtain my number. Select Instagram, it'll take you to my Instagram page, and you'll see this post. Text Peach, that's my number.
Mr. Steele, just, stop wherever you want. I mean, if you've got 15 more minutes or 20 more minutes or whatever before the next natural break, that's fine.
Only accept Cash App, but those of you who like to do the future, not the way.
All right, thank you very much. Go ahead, Mr. Steele.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, I'd like to publish to the jury Jeffrey Williams of JW 246, specifically time frame 5:04.
It's not that I'm
5:12. Mr. Copeland, you can listen to it, and I just want to ask you some questions, okay?
All right.
You might need your earplugs.
Hello. Nothing, schoolwork, watching the trial, streaming, watching somebody else live, learning something.
You want to listen to it? Why don't you listen to these niggas that ain't did nothing gangster, nothing tougher than they life? So,
What you got going on? So you on live just to let you know.
Are we able to hear what you said during that interview?
I'm on live?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, that was already streaming before you call up.
You don't need me to explain. Tell the jurors what you were saying to the interviewer.
What you mean?
What was the
Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, can you tell the jurors, please?
Well, I did an interview.
Oh shit!
And
I don't make it to the gas station. I ain't gonna be doing nothing.
Oh my. But I'm about to take a break in 15 minutes and I'm gonna call you.
All right.
Some jurors may not know what off the porch is. Can you tell them what that is?
teach you for free. She's a scammer. She ain't make it.
It's a
No, a lie. She's a scammer. Y'all follow her. Them hoes.
they interview rappers, upcoming rappers, and
Trying to come. They don't even got that program.
ask questions about the music and your background and stuff like that. That's what you ask.
Yeah, yeah. And this was done approximately April 29, 2020. Remember that?
It was done. I don't know when.
Remember it was done during COVID, if that matters at all.
I didn't go to sleep, guys, until like 11:30, 11:45.
Before I went back to jail.
My goals are big.
And in that segment, the jurors heard it, but you're explaining that
it's gonna be
you're a real gangster, not these other people who are pretend. I'm not saying that's a quote. It's something like that. That's what you were discussing.
Breathe, but right now,
is that true?
So I can breathe.
That's what I said.
I gotta work. I gotta drop content.
I'd like to, and you discussed Jeffrey Williams.
I gotta work. It's grind time.
You remember, I could play for you.
You have other creators by collaborating. Hell no.
All right. You said he was
work with motherfuckers. I don't
like a role model. He
I don't need to collaborate. I've never
blew up.
The only collaborations I've done was
Well, he showed us that it was real.
I'd like to show you or play for you, if you don't mind. You might need your earpiece again. This is 8:59 to 9:07. I'm going to ask you the same type of questions. Just what did you say? What did you mean?
Other than that, I don't fuck with nobody. I don't like.
I'm going to ask you the same type of questions. What did you say? And what did
collaborate.
All right, same thing.
I gotta think about it. I'm sick.
Because
like,
I had a pride thing. Like, I don't want to be labeled as nothing but a gangster.
I got followers.
So you look at me anything other than that, you got to
right. Shout out to
slap the shit out of you.
For your business. Give me that proof of purchase.
When everybody
right, followers equate to money. Peach, I want to
hear that.
Yeah, that's so funny. Miss Reed, thank you for your solo.
And we all heard.
I appreciate
and what you're expressing is that's what you want people to look at you as. You're tough.
Nah, I just wanted people to know. Not to look at me. I wanted them to know.
Collaborate with you.
I ain't tough. I just ain't scared.
So you're following to get some money and say fuck you.
Now, you also put
nobody
on your social media.
I believe that's who told me years ago. He said instead of trying to work,
I think the state
you become a big thing. Spend more of your time doing your content, doing your craft, you'll become the big thing. And that's literally what happened to me. Like
You better play some?
up to
Well,
in the
let me show
beginning
you
that I would have loved to collaborate as a song.
Oh, I'm just trying to see.
So
I didn't hear you.
now they follow me. They make videos.
Let's go back to that interview for just 1 second.
They buy my
You remember at the first part of the interview, you were saying that these
copy my video.
these other people are not real gangsters.
A video like this.
That's what you said, right? I think I answered actually.
If you
Nah, that's what I said.
do it
All right.
right, focus on yourself. Have
On your social media,
for your
give me
business.
1 second, okay?
Focus
Hold
on
on, man, just go
yourself
back.
and grind. You won't need to collaborate with nobody. To this day, the only person I'm truly interested in collaborating with is Rod Wave. Other than that, and I understand why he act like I don't exist. And right now, I know he won't collaborate with me. I don't got no hit record. I don't really put out music. I don't take it serious. But when I start taking my music serious, he's gonna notice me and we're gonna collab. But other than that, no, put in your own work. Do your own work. Shout out to Princess. Princess, thank you for your business. I just got like 5 words. Real, thank you for your business. Y'all send me the purchases, please.
And with the court's permission, can Mr. Kokomo just show it
Gotta
to
send me the
Mr.
purchase.
Copeland?
I just got 4
I'm
orders.
sorry, is this the same one? The off the porch?
People purchases.
This is a different one. Did you
is a
say
different
236?
Manny.
B
First,
this
thank
time?
you for your business.
Okay.
Send me that.
Sorry, I didn't know if you said
Purchase is simply a
246.
screenshot of your payment, okay?
That's what I thought, so wasn't sure whether we were talking about the same one or a different one. All right. Yeah, he may. 236B, is that what you said?
Give me that proof of purchase.
Mr. Steele B.
Okay.
Did you see that, Mr. Copeland? You recognize that as
Your
your
thank you
social
for your
media account?
business. And then for those of you platforms, I have over 2 million followers.
Let's get real. Your butt's not perfect, but at Orgain, we love them all. We love
I can sell it for $1, maybe 20,000. So I can sell it for $1. I don't have to
Kokomo,
you and teach you what I say I'm going to teach.
Copeland, I apologize. I'm going to go through this with you just for a minute, okay? And when I say this, I'm talking about JW, Jeffrey Williams Exhibit 236B is in Barry. That's a picture of you on the left-hand side.
I said your name.
Remember where you were
Your business
in that picture?
purchase.
In the back of a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
And do you remember whose Rolls Royce that would be?
Merry Christmas.
It was a rental.
Donating for.
One more time.
I love
A
you.
renter.
Thank you.
Okay, do you know who rented it?
No.
Take that as a tip.
And then it says,
Send me money saying you
725 underscore
you pick somebody for
WODY, and then it has Georgia Most Wanted with 2 emoji green snakes. You see that? And it says that you're an artist, or it says artist, the word artist,
Chris.
right? True?
Please don't do that.
Is that right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then underneath it says, I came from nothing with a period. You see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Comments on
And I came from nothing. Do you know that to be a series of Jeffrey's music?
What you mean?
Do you know whether Jeffrey Williams ever put out music? I came from nothing.
Yeah.
1, 2. Okay. And is that where that comes from? And if not, that's fine. I'm just asking you. Were you inspired by?
That's where it came from.
Okay.
Linda, thank
And when it says Georgia's Most Wanted,
All right, so far
you're aware that you were deemed by the federal authorities as the world's most dangerous people in Atlanta.
the
Is
cash
that true?
for my cash. Text me. I'll show you guys once again how to obtain my number. And then I'm about to go.
I'm asking you.
Well, I mean, it's not speculation, but he's answered that
Teach you how to become a
he
cop.
didn't seem to know.
All right,
Show you
this is my TikTok.
whether this refreshes your memory.
Over to my Instagram. Select Instagram. You'll see a post with my number, and you'll text Peach. All right, at this number, text me. Do not call.
What's the objection?
All right, shout out to Jen. Jen, thank you for your business. Send me that proof of purchase, Jen. It's only $1.65.
Okay, there's an authentication objection.
I appreciate
Is
you.
that the only objection?
$1.65. You're gonna learn how to edit. You're gonna learn 3 ways to make money on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
You may. Let's go ahead and send the jury the
We $80, no leftovers.
and we'll deal with this
It's only
while y'all go to lunch.
65 cents.
Let's be back at 1:15, please.
Let me see. Do I got text messages?
You said 115?
Text messages.
1:15.
Don't call me, guys. My phone never rings. I don't return voicemails. Only text. Text only. No, it's a 65 cent. You can watch it at the end of the month, August 31st. Typically, if I choose to sell a class at the beginning of the month, it'll cost more money. So at the beginning of the month, it might be $25. And then as the month goes on, like you guys only have 5 days, typically I'll lower the price. Typically. Sometimes I won't sell it at all. It might be months go by and I won't sell nothing. It depends on how I feel in my life. Like right now, everybody want my e-guides and I won't sell it. Some people be like, I'm gonna wait until next month so I can start fresh, and then next month time I don't sell it. So you never know with me. Courtney, thank you for your business. Send me that proof of purchase. Make sure y'all send me the proof of purchase. Do not say I stole your money. You never send me a proof of purchase, okay? All right. Any other questions for me, guys? I'm hungry as hell.
Okay. Is your intent to show that entire thing with the, whatever that heading is?
Send me that proof of purchase.
I'm going to recognize it.
Sandwich. That's what
I was going to admit it into evidence, and it
make
is from
tomato soup like warm up.
we received in discovery from the state, and it's Operation Phoenix, and it's the authorities announced on October 29th, 2020, charges for the 12 most violent offenders in Operation Phoenix.
All right, and
then he has that on his Instagram, or I shouldn't say Instagram.
Yeah, I do that.
It's a social media account.
and when's that social media post from?
Cheese,
That is
spaghettios or raviolis or tomato soup. Kids these days don't
being told me
my kids
biography or bio.
they're like, what? I ain't eating that. Cece, thank you for your business. Send me that proof of purchase.
I can't hear what he's saying, but
Send to the neighbor.
Social media biography of Mr. or bio.
Shahar.
I don't know the date personally.
I don't know you.
okay. And how is any of whatever whomever authority this was might have thought in October of 2020 relevant to the issues that we're talking about right now with Mr. Copeland?
I believe it's relevant because the state is saying that Jeffrey Williams governs this person. That's their whole theory. It tells them to go out. They're using a lyric, one lyric from one song. Jeffrey Williams, as the court may not know, has thousands of songs that Woody's going to put in the noggin. That is the quote. And I want to show that they hardly knew each other. They knew each other for a short period of time. Mr. Copeland did not commit crimes for Jeffrey Williams. Jeffrey Williams encouraged Mr. Copeland to conduct himself lawfully. That was on a jail call that we heard yesterday. In fact, included on that, Jeffrey Williams, through his sisters, saying, get out of the streets, you have a child, you don't have to live that life. And I want to show that Mr. Copeland ignored all of that. And after he has no contact, he has zero contact with Jeffrey Williams, he is still putting on his social media that he is a gangster, or 12 wanted Georgia's most wanted. He is by the prosecution. These are federal authorities, by the way. So when I say prosecution, I'm talking about the federal authorities. Deemed him one of the 12 most violent offenders in Georgia in 2020, and he has done a interview with Off the Porch in April 2020, where he's
the girl with one eye is telling people to screen record your
stating that he's a real gangster. The other people are not.
This is what I had.
And that if you disagree with that, he's going to straighten you out, basically. So I think that's all important to the jurors, because it will hopefully undress this wrong impression, in my opinion. Strongly wrong impression that the state is putting up, that somehow this man is all around Jeffrey Williams, knows what he says, knows what he's thinking, overhears him on conversations, and Jeffrey Williams is there when the police keep calling Kenneth Copeland. It just, in my opinion, and hopefully the cross-examination, that just wasn't their relationship.
Okay, well, but most of what you mentioned already has already been put before the jury, and this particular exhibit does not in any way shed any light on whether Mr. Copeland is or is not close with Mr. Williams.
If I wanted to.
And I just do not see the relevance of it, particularly given that he said he didn't know that that's what law enforcement thought of him. So I'm going to
class,
sustain that.
They only got 1,000 followers. Even if they straight report my class.
Okay, so let's all break for lunch.
Can I just give this then, it's on the thumb drive, of course, but can I just give this to the court reporter? If they print, unless you don't want it.
No, yeah, that's fine.
But I understand it's not in evidence.
Correct.
In fact, you mind not, because it's gonna be a lot of
Nobody
things,
can
right,
do
not
an
admitted into
intellectual
evidence
property
on it.
because
or-
knowledge is infinite. That means infinite means it never ends. Like in math, you learn that a number is infinite means it never ends. So with my knowledge being infinite,
Yes.
as soon as somebody
Ahí en la tienda lo. ¿Qué se llama? D-Bag. What about?
and hoes done did that to me many times. I done had bitches say I didn't teach them. Peach McIntyre didn't teach me nothing. I don't know Peach McIntyre. Videos and say that. And then I drop another product and because if I see the cash ups, refund, block, hold back. Oh, I thought this person didn't know me. Then they man, I can't believe you did it. Knowledge is infinite. The knowledge is infinite and the memory is amazing. So when it comes to stuff like that, of course, I don't want people to screen record my classes and try to resell my classes, especially with me selling them at such a low rate. But even when they do that kind of stuff to me, I out hustle them. I'm bigger than you, bitch. I won't go to sleep. I could stay up for 2-3 days, without getting no sleep. 2-3 going hard if I want it bad enough. So for me, once I developed that mindset, it helped me a lot. I don't have people try to do me wrong many times. It don't work. It never works. All right. You're a great teacher. Thank you. It's no difference than Wake Up with Peach. I done had a couple students come to Wake Up with Peach and decide that they want to start teaching their own classes. Oh, I want to do Wake Up with whatchamacallit. I'm going to do my own class. I'm better than Peach, right? Even if I tell you the book that we read and Wake Up with Peach, you still can't do it. This is a gift from God.
Go let y'all all know the question and the answer.
Ability. I was born, and he's been honing in on that since I was a child. You can't beat me, bitch. Even though I don't want to do it no more. Like, you can't beat me. They can't do it. They try and they fail. Even though everything is learnable, you can learn anything. As long as you remain teachable, you can learn anything. It's people with natural gifts from God. It's hard to be the gift. Have you ever tried? I can't do that. That's not my gift. I can't put my hand up on it. I can't really do much with this. I can't braid. That's not my gift. I don't try to go do it because it's not my gift. I'm gifted here in my mind. Anything with my mind, I can make a motherfucker do whatever else, right? So everybody has these gifts. I can learn how to do hair because everything is learnable as long as I remain teachable. But to compete with a bitch that is gifted from God, God gave it to him, I can't do that better than them. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Now I will say this as well. If you don't use it, you will lose it. These gifts that we have, if you don't apply yourself, you will lose your gift. So use your gifts. Everybody that just paid me, I'll text you all back. For those of you who text and saying that you're interested in purchasing, I'm gonna text y'all now. Brianna, thank you for your business. Send me that proof of purchase. And make sure your links work. Y'all saying I got my link. Go ahead and log in, register, make sure it works because I don't want no drama. It will expire on August 31st at 11:59 p.m. Come September 1st. Don't start with me. Don't say I sold you something that didn't work. Go check it now. All right. I needed to hear that. My pleasure. Peach, what are you selling today? I missed boot camp. I'm just selling a recording of a class I already taught. But I didn't have this mindset before. I used to teach people how to build businesses. I'm really good at building businesses. I don't like to do it, but I'm good at it. So I was teaching people how to build businesses. I had one girl, I created my own little worksheet. It was called Build the Business with Peach. And I had all these questions, a whole little outline. And this one girl booked a one-on-one with me. My one-on-ones was like $150 to $300. I would meet you at Panera Bread, Starbucks, and I would literally build your business with you. I would do your website with you, order inventory, show you all the vendors, like everything you need, because y'all know I did waste language. So I already understood e-commerce. I understand brick and mortar businesses as well. Brick and mortar means physical location, but e-commerce is online. So I had one girl and it broke me down. I had one girl, and I consider her like a friend. On social media, we talked all the time. I had been to her little show and stuff. Like, I supported what she did. She booked a one-on-one with me, and when I went to her house, I met her at her house, giving her special privileges instead of meeting her at Panera Bread or Starbucks like I normally do. She was like, "Can you come to my house?" I'm like, "Sure." So, you know, you're in somebody else's house, you're going to act different anyways. Your guard going to be a little bit down. This is their space, not yours. So when I had went to her house, what ended up happening was the paper that I made, which would be considered like an e-guide today, that I created, she wouldn't write on it. I kept saying, you know, you could write on this. She was writing in her notebook. I said, you could write on this. This is yours to keep. And she was like, oh, no, I don't want to write on this. Shaquilla, thank you for your business. Send me that proof of payment. She was like, no, I don't want to write on it. I don't want to write on it. I was like, but it's yours. It'll be better than you writing all this stuff down. Like, I'm like so confused why this girl won't write on this paper. She was like, oh, I just don't want to write on it. It's okay. I just like to do this, but I'm still going to keep the paper. I said, okay. Yeah, I left this girl house, and back then I didn't get my money up front. I left this girl house, and probably like 2 hours later, she ended up posting on Facebook, if any of y'all gotta do a one-on-one with Peach, cancel it. I just took her class, and I'm gonna teach everything she taught. I'm gonna just charge $10. I'm doing a group session tonight at my house for $10. When I tell you I was devastated, I felt like I had got hit by a semi-truck. I could not believe this girl did this to me. I was crying. I was like, I cannot believe this bitch did this to me. I had clients that was scheduled to meet me that night, and I didn't take my money up front, so they wouldn't pay me until we're physically sitting together. This girl, the clients I had to meet me that night, they canceled on me. They went to her instead. I'm talking about devastated. I quit. I wouldn't teach nobody else how to start a business. To this day, I won't. I don't teach, build the business sessions. My husband keeps telling me, you need to start back teaching that. That's going to be your next $1 million. Your next million going to be from Build a Business with Beach. But I wouldn't. That girl now is non-existent. The bitch ain't on the internet. She ain't successful. None of that. I don't know what she doing in life. Like, nobody mentions her. Nobody remembers her. Like, she's a nothing anymore. But it shocked me. Had I not experienced that, the stuff that people do to me now would bother me. So in hindsight, as my daddy would say, hindsight is 20/20. 20/20 is perfect vision. Hindsight is what's behind you. When you look back over your life, it was the perfect opportunity for me to learn and grow. I needed that experience to prepare me for this. I have copyrights, I have trademarks and all that. But I needed that experience to prepare me for this. Sometimes we get so hurt in business. I had a client, she's a big TikToker, and she had a similar situation happen, and she wanted to quit, and I had to give her that story. I've told this story numerous times, but I had to give her this story in a different way to think. So had that not happened to me, I would have not been ready for the time when the girl bought my class for $169 and sold it for $25. I would have shut down there. I ain't selling shit to nobody. Instead, I said, oh, I'm going to sell it for $5. What she had now, non-existent, don't matter. Even on my live it was a couple nights ago, I'm going to say about 3 nights ago, somebody was like, yeah, somebody took your class and they screen recorded it and they selling it for $25. And I said, if you want to go pay somebody $25 for a class that I'm selling for $5.55, that's your dumb ass. If you want to go pay somebody right now $20 for something I'm selling for $1.65, that's your dumb ass, okay? So that's that story. I have 14 text messages. I'm finna text all y'all back. You're going to get hurt in business. You're going to get hurt in life. But now I get my money up front. Nobody gets can I pay you later? I get my money up front. I'm not coming to meet you at your house. I'm not letting my guard down with nobody. So I learned a lot from that experience. And that's all life is. I keep telling y'all, life ain't nothing but problems, and your job is to solve the problem. That's your only role in life. Once you get good at it, you're going to get more problems, bigger problems, and you're going to get better and better and get more problems. When I read that in that book, I cried. I'm like, what the fuck? Slide down the chair. I thought he was going to say, once you get good at problem solving, you won't get any more problems. No, bitch, you get good at problem solving, you get bigger ones, huge ones, stuff that you feel like is going to knock you out. But once you develop the mindset that life ain't nothing but problems, this is supposed to happen, Life filled with adversity, but you gotta keep G-O-I-N-G. You learn to keep going and don't take it personal. Oh my God, you'll be unstoppable. I'm so happy for where I am in my life. All these little pieces connect together and making me, who I am now. Stuff that would have took me out, had me depressed for 2, 3, 4 years down longer than I should have been. They don't affect me anymore. I'm gonna look at y'all comments in one moment. I'm getting caught up. I'm like 5 minutes behind with these text messages. Come back to you. Thank you for the chili pepper. I appreciate it. And this is why they was mad that I quit Wake Up with Peach. Because this is how I talk and Wake Up with Peach. This is the version of me you get and Wake Up with Peach. And even when we read books, you get the stories that correlate with the book. So you could, I wish I would have screen recorded or downloaded when I taught the 48 Laws of Power. I went through each law. I had like 2,000 people watching me. Probably was 3,000. And I went through the book, The 48 Laws of Power, and I correlated each law with a story. It was a powerful law. It was amazing. But I didn't record it, like save the recording. Jeremiah, thank you for your business. Please send me your proof of purchase. All right, this is my last text message, and then I'll be caught up. Lost my money at the casino, but I'm still gonna get on this dance floor.
I'm about to go have some with a bee in this stream.
Do you have it on your archives? No.